What's up, everyone? I'm your host, DJ Hamilton of the DJ Sports Show. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe. Make sure you guys share with anybody who likes sports, family members, friends, co-workers, and so forth. If you're listening on audio platforms that I'm on, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Anchor, Radio Public, and any other platform that you guys listen to, I'm also on Amazon Music. Make sure you guys leave a 5-star rating, subscribe, and share with anybody you know who loves sports. I'm here in the special Mike Vision Studios here today for my first ever visual interview with my good friend Lamont Edwards. Nice to welcome you, brother.
Appreciate you.
Who I've known since 7th grade, 2012. We're going to get into his life and basketball journey. How you doing today, Lamont?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right. How you?
Life been good? Summer been good?
It's been all right. It's been great.
It's been great?
Doing quality work, doing what I love, man. Blessed that you having me on here.
Oh, yeah. It's a blessing to have you here, man.
Appreciate you, man.
So let's get into your life, man, because you've been going through a lot through your life. You've been through a lot. But first thing I like to always ask my guests when I interview them is get to know a little bit more of your background. Where were you born and raised?
All right, so obviously if you guys don't know me, like you said, my name is Lamont, but people call me Monty, first things first, mostly because I'm a junior. So, but I was born in North Carolina, Fayetteville. So, but I don't know nothing about North Carolina. I was just not born there. Born there, raised in between like Harlem and the Bronx, New York. So I got a lot of love and family in that areas.
What was it like growing up in Harlem? How would you describe the area to someone who doesn't really know it?
Culture. Definitely a lot of iconic, not just people that have been through there, but a lot of just Black history culture. The paintings, obviously we got the Apollo, one of the iconic theaters.
I'm sure you learned about the Harlem Renaissance down there too.
Man, all that. Yeah. But it's just the amount of history. And the older you get, become more aware of it. And it's got a lot of history. But not just Harlem, New York itself. We got a lot of history that come out of here. Yeah,
Harlem has a lot of talent, from ball to music to art, everything, man. It's a beautiful place to be. I need to go there more often, honestly.
Bro, you're going to love it, man. You're going to love it. Especially love that Black culture, that realm.
Oh, yeah. Black, like they always say, Black is beautiful, man.
It always is.
So at what age did you first pick up a basketball? And when would you say you started falling in love with the game?
First time I picked up a basketball I can remember was 6. The first time I started playing fundamental basketball, like my dad got me into like teams and AAU, was I was 7. I started with that. Okay. My dad got me started with Gauchos. That's crazy. I remember like it was yesterday. He got me started with Gauchos.
Shout out to Lamont Edwards, the first.
Yes, sir. Dad, if you don't see this, I'll send it to you. But my dad, the one that got me started into it at 7. And then when I fell in love with it, I want to say at like pushing 8 or 9. Once I started seeing like I was getting good at it, like I started seeing like the work show and like my skill talent enhanced. I was like, all right, yeah, I like this. I like this. Plus, I just like that. I like that competitive atmosphere. I love that realm. I love competing. And
I feel you, man.
Really battling. Yeah,
I remember after I started playing basketball, I was 5 years old. I remember at recess, actually, at RP Connor and Suffern, I was shooting the ball. First time picking up, air ball.
It'd be like that. It really be like that.
Every time, man. I used to watch videos of Michael Jordan. I'm like, man, Michael Jordan, when you're young, you don't know better. Michael Jordan never missed a shot. That's what it made it seem like everybody's like, God, he's Mr. Air Jordan. I was I missed a shot. I was crying. I was like, man, I suck. That's how I was pissed. Because you're 5, you don't know better. But then, once I really got into basketball, I was like 8 years old. Like 3rd grade, I was at Central Valley Elementary School up in Monroe. That's when I really started playing basketball. At first, I was always strong at rebounding. That was my main strength starting off. I was a rebounding machine in 8th grade. But then offensively, I started getting my skills. I started working on my game more around the summer 2008.
Yeah.
And in 4th grade, I play at recess. I'm shooting the ball better. I used to have a weird form. I used to shoot with my elbow out a little bit when I was young.
Oh, but you don't know no better. So you're a kid.
That's what I mean. I mean, over the years, I think once I fractured my wrist when I was 15 from our summer league in RBA, for some reason my form got better in my shooting hand. Like my elbow got in better. I used to always do form shooting too. But you know how they put the ball right here and you get the muscle memory? You know what I'm talking about because you're a baller. So
yeah, I was about to say, I already know, man.
Yeah, I used to shoot. I used to be like, how I make this?
Yo, I remember like my left hand. My dad, since I was a kid, he said, because I'm a righty. My dad had me like work on my left hand since I was a kid, dribbling, layups, because he said you need it. You're gonna need it. You're gonna need it.
Especially as the top competition gets harder.
Exactly. And then as a kid, you know how we do layup lines.
Oh yeah.
So everyone would go with the right hand. When the left hand, I remember my dad, because my dad was one of the coaches at the time too, and he would like. I would like sometimes go up with the right on the left side, and he was like, "No, use the left. You're gonna need it." He's like, "Use the left."
Yeah. Hey, everybody can't be Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving could do it all. Left on right side, left on left side.
It helps though. Bro. It helps now, especially when you like just learn different angles on the glass, the backboard. Yeah.
So, which players did he model your game after growing up, past or present?
Growing up, I'm gonna be honest. I really watched Kyrie because he was in high school.
You're gonna say that. I remember you telling me that in 7th grade. We used to always talk about Kyrie and Miss Finklick's class. What's her name? Our 7th grade math teacher.
Miss
Finky. Yeah, we used to always talk about Kyrie when he was just coming up, rising star. Remember, he was the hottest young star.
Yeah, because
2013.
I've been watching since he was in high school because it used to be on ESPN 2.
Yep. And he's a Jersey native too. Shout out to Kyrie, man.
Facts. And the more and more I got older, I just started like becoming aware of just how much stuff we had in common, just on and off the court.
That's amazing.
So it was like, and then it just started to, like,
Kyrie, he's putting on for the Jersey natives for real.
For real, man.
So who's been your biggest inspiration throughout your life as a person and player throughout your career?
Biggest inspiration for me as a person would probably be my older sister. That's my only sibling.
Wow.
I'm the baby, yeah.
I didn't even know you had a sister. You never told me that. Yeah,
she's
crazy.
5 years older than me.
Okay.
But shout out to her.
Hey, that's amazing.
Obviously my parents for sure, but not my sister, cause she laid out a lot for me. Like she went through as an older sibling, from what she says, she like had to go through the bumps and bruises more than I did. Mm-hmm. So she definitely laid out a lot for me, and as I was getting older, things were just a little more smoother in terms of like just growing up and like just going through like life experiences basically. Okay. An inspiration for me basketball wise, I would probably say my dad, because my dad got me started with all this.
Yeah,
like he's the one that got me involved in. He exposed the game to me, so he's the one that got me into it. So.
Yeah, I actually researched that you came from an athletic family. Your dad played HBC, CSR on your Sullivan profile page, and then you had a cousin, Jordan Whitehead. Shout out to him. Yeah. Played D1 football at Pittsburgh and in the NFL for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
He played for the Jets now.
And he plays for the Jets now. Oh, wow. Shout out to him, man, doing his thing. Jets, Jets, you guys are expected to do a lot of things this season. So how was it like? How was it like growing up with an athletic family, and how did they help support you throughout this process you've been on throughout your life, and how did they push you?
Well, first off, like my dad said, like you said, like they're all athletes, from my dad to my uncles to my cousins, a bunch of athletes on that side. There was it was between football and basketball. Mm-hmm. So growing up on that side was very competitive, as always. Everything was just competitive, especially when it came to basketball. It would be like at the barbecues, you would have like a 3-on-3, when family come around. And obviously I'm the baby, so I'm the youngest. So like I'm talking about it, everyone, especially my dad. I'm the youngest, so like I'm the one that's always getting bullied around. It's how it goes. Oh yeah. But just the way like they helped me throughout my whole career overall, just in sports. Just I remember they said like the talent is there. The talent is there, but just you gotta have the heart. You gotta want it. Yeah. That's because you can have the talent. Talent's always going to be there.
Hard beats talent when talent fails to work hard.
Yeah, but you got to have heart though. You got to have heart, because if you don't have the heart, then the talent's just
there. It's just not gonna
like
be molded into anything.
Exactly. So, I would just say that, that's how they helped me a lot. And just obviously my cousin, when he first went to college, when I heard he went to college at Pitt, University of Pitt, Jordan, that right there was I was super happy for him, 1, and 2, that was like great to see. And it was very motivating. I was like wow, like
you never told me back in middle school you had a cousin play the.
Yeah, I mean I never
at football. Yeah,
I mean I never really talked about it. I wasn't trying to hide it. It's just
Yeah, it never really came up.
I'm not the type to really. I didn't want to use it as a baggage. I don't really like to use it.
That's true.
You know, I don't want to.
You know how some people are. Some people say, "Oh, you have someone famous in your family trying to come your friends."
I don't want to be. I don't want to come across
me, I know
for like. I don't want to use it for no baggage. I don't want to use it for no like. You know.
Yeah. You just want to keep it low key.
Yeah. If it comes up, it comes up. But I didn't want to use it for like a status quote or nothing like that. That's
Nah, that's nice, man.
Yeah.
So did you play any other sports growing up? Because you know some of the best athletes of all time are actually multi-sport athletes. So what other sports did you play that helped you on the court for basketball?
You're probably going to be surprised. It's funny that you brought that up. I actually played football.
I had a feeling it was football.
I did play football. So I remember the basketball season was over, and I got into football. I remember I started, I want to say 10, maybe 9. I don't remember how old I was. I played for the Harlem Jets. Ooh. Yeah. I started with them. I played a year and a half. It was a great experience. Cause it's crazy. One thing about me, when I was growing up, I always loved basketball, but football was actually my number one sport when I was a kid. I love football more than basketball at one point. But I was just too afraid to play, I'm gonna be honest. But then once I tried it, I was like, man, it's cool, but all this hitting is just like...
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. When I was growing up, it was basketball and football for me growing up.
Yeah.
But I never played because, you know how I'm naturally skinny? I was even skinnier when I was younger. Like, I was...
Oh, yeah, me
ribs,
too.
bones, you see it in my pictures.
Me too.
If I played football, I would have got cracked.
Bro.
I did want to play football. I wanted to play, like, Pee Wee growing up and stuff, but it never came across to me. I was like, let me stick to basketball.
Nah, yeah, but for me to realize how much I love basketball, I had to try something else.
And then at that time, in 2008, 2009, I'm seeing all the Brett Favre concussions and stuff on ESPN. I'm like, I'm sticking to basketball.
Yeah, basketball's just safer. It's just a lot safer. Contact is not as much as basketball.
Yeah. And then they're saying he's forgetting stuff. I'm like, I'm
like, I'm not.
I don't want to be 25 forgetting stuff already.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not. Football was it for me,
So, you know, growing up, of course, being from New York City, you played for one of the most renowned AAU teams in the country for the New York Gauchos. What was it like playing for them, and what did you learn most from your time with them?
Oh, man. They
produce some pros, man.
They do. First thing I picked up from them, just how gritty. They gritty.
Yeah.
Gritty. I remember just AAU. Everything would be score and then full court press. Right into it, just like that. There's no waste no time. Just score. Everything you want to do, just push the ball and score, and then just get into the press. So everything I learned from them was just hard. It's hard. I remember
my AAU days when I played against them. I'm like, yo, these guys are tough.
Yeah, man.
Fast, strong.
Yeah.
I've seen throwing lobs. I'm like, I'm in 8th grade. I see the 9th graders doing it. I'm like, I'm like, what they on?
I'm not gonna lie. So what you see there, imagine like practice.
So, really? Oh, shoot.
Practice was be intense.
How was the practices?
It was intense, bro. I mean, and you know we kids, but
joke around and stuff like that.
Yeah,
3-point contest. You ever had a dunk contest, you guys?
Nah, because if he was at that time, he was like 8, 9. So no one was really dunking like that. If at that time people were just clapping backboard.
Yeah.
So if you were doing that, then
if you're doing that, man, you're getting offers. Especially if you can shoot too and you're skilled. Oh, that's crazy. So I saw your name on top 25 rising stars for NYC one of the years. How did it feel to gain recognition as one of the best up-and-comers of the city?
Man, actually, I didn't even know that until you. I remember you brought that up to me.
I saw top 25 rising stars, I think like 2017 range, 2018, 2019, around that time. I saw your name, Lamont Edwards. I was like, oh, damn.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. But that's just comes to show, like, I mean, and it's crazy because high school was an experience. I mean, things necessarily didn't go my way, but I definitely put the work in when the lights and the cameras wasn't on, like behind closed doors, basically.
Yeah, I know.
My dad was with me, so my dad could tell you we definitely put in a lot of work, a lot of work, especially like just where I came from. Like, yeah, man, it was a struggle. I don't want to say it was a struggle. I don't want to say that. I'll take that back. It was a blessing in disguise, if that makes sense. Yeah. Like a blessing that I did not. Now that looking back, it's like how much I learned, how much I gained from it, man. But putting a lot of work. That's why I really didn't know that. I was like, man, I appreciate that.
How you know doing research, man?
No. I had to give you. I wanted to let you know. I gotta give you a props about that too. That's a ground right there.
I gotta do that. All my athletes I ever brought on the show, I do research, man.
That's good. I didn't even know that.
So, you also played for Abyssinian and Millbrae during your grade school years.
Yep.
What were those experiences like for you? And how did they, along with the Gauchos, help prepare you for the high school level?
So, I remember. So I left Gauchos. I remember when I left Gauchos. I was with them for a minute. I want to say like I started with them. I was 7, up until I was like maybe 10. Mm-hmm. But then I went to so Abyssinian, and then Milbank was after Abyssinian. But Abyssinian, I had because they knew I came from Gauchos. Because I remember we used to play against them. It was one of the AU teams. So
I know they were expecting you to be nice.
Yeah. So I had a little more leeway with them. Yeah. Because we played them, they knew how we, like, as you said, we played everything, which is we was killing teams by like 20 plus, especially
looking like the 2017 Warriors out there.
Nah, everything, like I said, they was big on defense. But them and Milbank exposed me to more competition, I feel like, at that time. But it helped me with college ball in terms of like kind of just giving me that grittiness, that like just that aggression, being aggressive. Yeah. Knowing like the little stuff, knowing when to steal, how to go for a steal, when to like sell a foul, just basically doing the little perks that they don't talk about in basketball at the time. Like just
people kind of miss the little details to certain fundamentals.
Exactly. So the older I got, I became a little more aware of it. Yeah. At an early age, so that's when it helped, I would say.
So after all those experiences with the Gauchos, Abyssinian, and Milbank, you ultimately attended Ramapo at first, and then you ultimately shifted to Suffern for your junior and senior years.
Yeah.
So first, tell me about your first 2 years at Ramapo, because you told me you didn't play for the basketball team during those 2 years. So what did you do during those first 2 years to help keep in shape and stuff like that?
So freshman year, I remember I did try for the team. Yeah. At that time, it was no freshman team. It was just JV.
I remember you guys were just JV.
Yeah, it was
varsity.
JV and varsity.
Yeah.
So, I tried out. And the crazy thing is, the varsity coach at the time was doing both, the JV. He was picking teams for varsity and JV.
Oh, they didn't have a separate JV coach?
They did, but I don't think he came in time. I don't even know what.
He probably came late.
I found out he was choosing it for both. But then the JV coach found out, and he was like, I guess they had a little disagreement. I don't want to really, don't quote me on that. I don't want to put no bad blood out there. But
because our Rockland head is gonna be watching this.
I'm not looking for no problems. So so yeah, he was I got cut, obviously. And I remember like at the time, all the seniors and even some of the juniors was like, because they was watching us after their trials and stuff, because we were after varsity at that time. So, I did get a little recognition off that as well, because they was like, man, like I would not trying to like toot my own horn or put myself on a pedestal, but they were like in a sense vouching for me to the coach, like, nah, you don't need to cut this kid, like this kid could play. Like we was watching him and stuff. So
yeah,
but I took it with a grain of salt. I mean, I don't hold no grudge, no anger. Things happen for a reason.
Yeah, bro, everything happens for a reason, man.
Exactly.
I'm a firm believer in that, man. Especially over this last year for me.
Exactly.
Yeah, so even more so than ever.
It's true. And then the way I stay in shape, like I said, my dad said all athletes. So my dad said, just if one door closed, does not mean
another one opens.
Exactly. It doesn't mean it's over. So we just stayed to it. The off season, like the summertime, was just a grind, because I did AAU.
Yeah.
Just putting myself out there. I mean, gotta do the exposure and everything.
Yeah, I didn't even know you actually didn't play for the team the first 2 years until you told me. When I was doing the research and asking you questions, like, oh, did you play for the team this year, to get my questions formulated? I was like shocked. I was like, oh wait, you didn't play your first 2 years? I was like, there's no way.
Yep. Second year, I mean, I was on the team, but me being a kid at the time.
Yeah.
It was just the school aspect. I didn't even get in trouble. It was just the grades aspect of it.
Yeah, hey, student athlete. Yeah. That's why student comes first. Make sure you student athletes out there. Make sure you get your good grades.
Yep.
Get them A's. Do the best you can.
Yep. That was the thing that nipped me in the butt right there. So
always have an education to fall back on, because hey, you could get hurt. You might not be good enough to make it to the NBA, NFL, wherever you're trying to get to. You got to always have education to fall back on. Even if you do, you can't play sports forever. You're gonna get old. You're gonna get into your late 30s, 40s. Education will be there forever. So make sure you get good grades in school, young kids out there.
Facts.
So your junior year now, you're at Suffern. You guys went 8-10 overall. I did research on Max Preps. Your junior year, you guys went 2-7 in league play, which was 9th in the Section 1-4A league. How hard was it for your team and for you personally to not be winning at the rate you thought you guys should have? And what ingredients did you think you guys were missing to be a winning team?
Junior year you talk about?
Yeah. You guys struggled that year.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, obviously, it was my first year in Suffern. So just building connections. I think we all, even though it was many seniors that came back.
Yeah.
All of us, it took us a minute to click off the court, like to build a relationship.
Yeah, it takes a while to build chemistry.
Exactly. So and then it kind of affected on the court. And then by the time it did kick in, like our chemistry and our bond, it was like towards the middle. I would say towards the middle end of the season. So it was a little late and stuff. But overall, like I said, great group of guys, especially the seniors.
Was there a kid named Javon on that team?
Javon. You remember last name?
I don't remember his last name, but he was like an elite track star for Suffern. I think he did basketball too. I don't remember. I don't know sure if he did basketball. I forgot what sport. I think he did football. Excuse me. Yeah, I think he did football and track. Yeah, he went to Suffern.
Probably. I couldn't tell you.
So I remember him from Memorial Park. We met like a few years before we were in high school. He was the grade above us. Yeah. And then he went on to do be a big time in football and stuff like that in high school and stuff. Yeah.
Probably but I don't remember. Remember.
Yeah. I was like, hey, I wonder if you know him. And eventually, you met our friend Malikh Honorious there.
Yeah. Honorious, my guy.
We're gonna get into him soon. Malikh's been our homie since 7th grade. We all know each other. Shout out to Anthony Simon too.
Fact. Shout out.
Yeah, we've all been friends since 7th grade. Back to the Pomona days. We've all come so far. I'm so proud to see how far we all come, man.
Aunt Ryan, Lee,
Nick. So make sure shout out to you guys too. So with the year now varsity experience under your belt after your junior year, what did you do to prepare that off season prior to your senior year?
Same thing like I did as a kid, just worked.
Put your head down and work?
Literally. I just felt like my dad, obviously, because he was the person that was training me growing up. Like, that was my trainer.
Yeah.
He's the one that got me into it. And then the older I got, I just fell in love with the grind, with the work. I fell in love with just working out. Like, I fell in love with that. Yeah. I just loved that.
It becomes a habit.
Yeah, so it was just second nature. So, same thing. I just did that all season. Obviously, coming back senior year. Was planning on obviously being like one of the captains that year and stuff, but things didn't go exactly as planned. But still do what I love. So
Yeah, I mean, I saw you guys did improve your senior year. You guys went 10-10. 4-6 in league, still not the best, but still better than the previous season. Good for 7th in the section. You ultimately lost to Greeley 55-41 in the playoffs. How tough was that for you personally as a senior in your last game, and what was the vibe like in the locker room post game, if you remember? 5 years ago, I know it was a while.
Yeah,
half decade. It's been a while since we've been in high school.
I know.
2018, man.
I would say, wait, the first question was my fault.
First question was, how tough was it for you personally as a senior in your last game?
It was tough the way my senior year went.
Yeah.
I didn't necessarily have the best relationship at the time with the coach, the head coach, I'll say. The other coaching staff, I was great with. But at the time, I didn't have the best relationship, so it was tough. I would say that. But at the same time, it was pretty sad because it's like, man, this is senior year. Like, this is it for high school. Like, this is it. So that the locker room after that game, it was devastating for all of us, just because you never want to lose.
Yeah, especially your last year too.
Exactly.
You want to win that chip.
Exactly. So I remember me and Leak.
I remember Ramapo won it that year in 2018.
They did.
Shout out to Anthony. They just had their 5-year reunion.
I was definitely in tune.
I saw their IG story.
So I was happy for them that
and
year
Marco,
too.
I went to that game to support Ant.
You did?
Yeah, I was there. I was happy for him, bro.
That whole squad.
I was like, Ant, when's the game? I'm coming.
Yeah.
And they won it. I was so happy for them. I actually cried a bit, bro.
Bro, they went far that year. Far that year.
And they just had their 5-year reunion recently.
I saw on the gram too. Like yesterday or something, right?
Yeah, Instagram story. Marco too. All them. So shout out to them, man.
Facts.
You guys doing your thing. You guys really put on for Rockland that year.
Keep going.
So what was how was that vibe like? I
was devastated, man, because it's just like, it's obviously you don't want to lose in the way we went out, and then obviously senior year, so you kind of like, me and Lee's like, bro, this is it. Like, this is. That's it for high school.
The final
sports.
curtain. That's the closing curtain call, man.
I think that's when, for me, senior year started to really hit me. Like, yo, like this is senior year. Like this is it. So
I feel you, man.
It was devastating, but it helped. It made our bond stronger after that.
Yeah,
with all of us, just because we were on the team. We spent basically the whole year together. So.
Yeah, actually, my junior year, I have the scar right here. If y'all don't see it, I tore my ACL end of my sophomore year.
I feel like
I was on track to have my best year in sports ever. I was coming off track in best shape of my life. Probably
that was a big surgery.
Now I feel like I'm in the best shape of my life now. But at that time, I was like 15, turning 16 that summer.
Yeah,
I feel like I was in the best shape of my life at that time. Basketball season, track, tear my ACL, playing 21 the last day of school. I get pushed in the air, trying to get up. I'm like, wait, what? I can't get up. It's not stable. I had to get lifted to the nursing.
Did it hurt at the time? Like you felt the pain?
I felt the pain, but the pain was worse after the surgery. I felt like it was bleeding out. Like I felt like, bro, it felt like Bloody Mary in my knee, man. I had to learn how to walk again. I never took walking for granted ever again since. Like it was tough for me. And it took me a while for my knee to get like back to normal, like to be able to play basketball or even stand up or walk for a long period of time without feeling soreness or swelling and it hurting. Like I did workouts. I worked out. I did stretches at home. My physical therapist, they said, yo, you don't even have to come back because they knew I was doing the stretches at home. They were like, yo, you're making great progress. You don't even have to come because they could tell I was doing the stretches at home, icing, all that. I was dead serious. Honestly, I worked out at my house. I started doing home workouts when I was 13 because you got to work with what you got. I've always been a fit kid and always been active since I was young. So, but then I really took it to another level consistently, like around 15, 16 in the house. That's when I started doing home workouts probably 3 to 4 times a week. Yeah, I'll just do push-ups, use my resistance band, go outside, do jump rope, run around. Bro, I'll do everything I can.
Huh? How was your mental? Like, because I know
honestly,
that's a big injury and that's a big surgery to have.
Bro, going to the games, because my high school didn't do good that year. My fire inside, bro. I was so pissed. I was like, I couldn't play. I was out there right now, man.
We played y'all too.
And everybody heard about it too. Everybody knew about my injury. Like everybody heard.
Our schools was rivals.
Yeah, bro. Even people in my high school, they were like, "Yo, DJ got hurt. DJ's injured and stuff like that." And honestly, man, it was a big hurdle. I
remember we played y'all because our school was rivals. We played y'all at North Rocket and obviously.
And in my senior year, man, I had to eventually. I couldn't really do it physically. I went to all the workouts during the off season, and then I started off the season. But then the practices mentally, like physically, my knee couldn't take it. Like every time I did a sharp turn, and like doing the suicides and stuff, I felt the shock and pain in my knee, and I tried to push through it. But after a while, I told the coach, like, "Yo,
that's not easy,
bro. It broke my heart. I had to leave the team that year." Yeah.
What year was that? That was senior or junior?
Senior year. Yeah, I left the team because, man, I physically could not take it anymore. Yeah. And honestly, it was starting to wear on me mentally. Like, I felt the whole weight of the world on my shoulders once I left the team because I felt like everybody was finding out, all that. I just felt like, that was the first time I actually felt anxiety in my entire life. Yeah, bro. I couldn't take it anymore. Physically, it was wearing on me. I had a brace on, but I just felt like it wasn't helping anymore. Like I did all the icing, I'll do stretches. Nothing was helping. Like my knee's better now. It's been 7 years, but at that time it was only a year and a half after the surgery because we were in high school.
Still fresh.
Yeah, like a year, 2 years. It was too much swelling and soreness. Like I couldn't move how I wanted to, and I
Were you scared to jump?
Not really.
What about landing?
It depends what landing it was. Too? Like blocking shots, no. But like trying to do certain dunks, yeah.
What about landing? Like,
and my shoes didn't have the best grip. Like my LeBrons, they didn't have like the best grip. Like they had good grip, but not the best. I couldn't get to certain spots as quick as I wanted to because the grip and also my knee. So
what about landing though? Like
landing, I learned how to land. I land pretty good actually. So my landing's always been good. And once I tore my ACL, I focused on my landing even more.
Okay.
Yeah, I looked at landing videos and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So that's why I left the team senior year after a few games. I couldn't do it, man. I didn't mind coming off the bench. I had no problem being a 6th man or 7th man, but I just every day because practice 6 days a week. It's not just games. You gotta mentally, you gotta do schoolwork, and then you gotta go to practice. You're there for at least 2 hours. Like you're not just in and out. And then you do a weight room. Like and then mentally, and then physically, it started wearing. Physically, it was physically first. Mentally, I was like, yeah, I got this. I pushed, and then it started wearing on me physically, and then that's when it started getting to me mentally. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's why I said. And then at that time, I wanted to start making money. I said, yo, I want to start getting a car. So that's why it's like, yo, I can't do this anymore.
But see, everything happens for a reason.
Everything happens. It made me stronger, honestly.
Exactly.
But that was the first time in my life, honestly, ladies and gentlemen, that I ever felt anxiety. It was my senior year of high school. Yeah, I felt like the weight of the world on my shoulder. Everybody found out, bro, because everybody knew who I was. So I was like,
not easy. Take care of your body. Take care of your health.
Take care of your mental, man. Mental health is very important.
Take care of that.
Take care of this. This takes care of everything. So, getting back to Suffern. So, what was it like playing with our good friend Malikh Honorious, your senior year, who we both known since middle school? How did it feel to play with someone you already knew personally? Shout out to Malikh, though. That's one funny dude, bro.
Fact. You know, it's crazy.
We actually dormed together in college, too, so.
What's funny about that, I knew, so before Leak came to Suffern, I knew of Leak, but we wasn't as tight as we was.
Yeah.
But then when he got to Suffern, I was like, oh yeah, I remember this kid.
And it's funny how y'all did better your senior year too when he came.
Yeah, we got super tight. But that was, I would never forget that because just the laughs we had, like, outside of, like, obviously practice and stuff.
Leak's a funny dude, man.
Yeah.
I remember in our college dorm.
There would be times in practice, it would be him and, like, our assistant coach. Malik, you know what I would talk about, too, when you see this.
Yeah, Leak knows.
Yo, him and our assistant coach would try to clown each other. Like, they were not each other, I'm sorry. They would try to clown, like, just certain people on the team. Specifically, they try to come at me. Like, one good time. Malik know what I'm talking about. Yeah, they tried to come at me. Because they thought one time we had practice, and I remember him and coach was on the sideline at the time. It was our assistant coach.
Yeah.
And then they thought I had on like a long sleeve Spider-Man shirt. So they tried to come at me for my shirt, and I like overheard them having a conversation, and I was like quick to turn, and I was like, "This is not no Spider-Man shirt. Don't do that. Don't do that." we supposed to be practicing right now. We're working on plays.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, I remember when we were in our college dorm, 2021, 22. Me, Leak, because we had a suite.
Yeah.
So Leak and them were together. I didn't have the best roommate. But we all chilled. There was like 6 of us at the time, starting off fall of 2021. Yo, I remember when we got some twisted teas, got some drinks that night. Yo, Leak was off one. Leak
gonna have himself a good time.
Yeah, man.
Leak will have himself a good
Anthony
time.
too, bro. Anthony.
Yeah.
Yo, Anthony. I know he don't do it no more. He said he retired. But when we were in college, Anthony be like, yo, what's good, everybody? We out here. But I remember we went to. I forgot what the bar's called in
P&G's or something like that.
P&G's, yeah, we went there. But I went there one time with them because after that one time, bro, I had a bad cough for 2 weeks.
Oh,
I was
cough?
like, yeah, cough.
Oh,
and that was still during COVID. So I was like, bro, that's like the one time I go have fun, I get sick. Yeah, bro.
Nah.
And then I see Ann Leak there, bro. They're getting down. They're like, yo, they're getting dancing. It's like, yo. At the time, I had a girl, so I'm a loyal guy, so I didn't dance for anybody. I was just chilling, vibing. I'm that type of guy. If I have a girl, bro, I'm not gonna be dancing with other girls.
As you should.
Yeah, I feel like that should be vice versa, girls and guys. If you have a partner, I mean, it depends on the relationship, but for me personally, if I have a girl, I'm not gonna dance with other girls, and I don't want my girl dancing with other guys because I'm the jealous type. So yeah, man. So yeah, I saw them getting down. I'm like, damn, I did not know they were like this. Yeah. I know Valley heads they get lit, they get down because they know how to dance and stuff. But yeah, I was like, that was fun. Those were good times. Shout out to them, man. Those were good times. I miss those days, honestly. Freedom, own little place. Yeah, adulting. Yeah, man.
For real. Heavy on adulting.
Oh yeah, big on adulting, man. I feel like because I went to RCC the first 2 years, saved money off loans because I got offers from Quinnipiac. They have ESPN internships over there in Connecticut. Yeah, I was gonna commit there, but I was like, long term, I feel like those loans can be crazy. And now I'm kind of glad I didn't because now loans are starting to. You have to start paying loans next month because the freeze is over now, and they didn't get rid of the loan debt. Unfortunately, the Supreme Court didn't approve it, but
I got those emails too.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad I went to New Paltz. I'm glad I at least got 1 year to dorm. I wish I would have got 2 years, but 2020, 21, COVID was at its peak, so I didn't want to waste money for loans on dorming when there was gonna be nobody there. So I'm just glad I really got 1 year of experience at New Paltz. That's when I became a sports announcer. I did radio hosting. It was a great experience. Bro. Yeah, that's when I launched the website, djsportshow.com. Make sure y'all go check that out too. Yeah, I forgot to shout that out in the beginning. Make sure y'all go check that out. You just become a member. It's free. I do all things sports. So that's tough, man.
Bro. Keep going with that.
Yeah, a lot of growth happened at New Paltz, honestly. Met a lot of great athletes, great people. It's just good vibes, man. So now it's time for you to choose a college. You committed to play for the Miramar Jets in San Diego. What stood out to you about them, and what other colleges were you looking at the time?
So, going into after senior year, after senior year of high school, I was just doing a lot of showcases that summer, doing a lot of exposure camps, things like that. So I went to. My dad had a good good friend, good connection, whichever you want to call it, in San Diego at the time. It was a good friend of him back when he grew up, because my dad's from Harlem as well. Yeah. So it was a good friend of his back from when they was kids, and he happened to move out there, and he was he was a coach of one of the schools that actually the school I went to, Miramar, was a rival of. So one thing led to another. He wound up getting on the phone. I guess they talked or whatever. Crazy, because while all that's happening, me and my dad were in Vegas, so I was already out of New York. I wasn't even in New York at that time. So I remember it was cool. Next thing you know, the Miramar at the time, shout out Coach Cool. He took me on a visit. Me and my dad drove down from Vegas to Cali, San Diego, and then I went on an unofficial visit. Checked out the campus and everything, see how the college life is. Met a few of the guys on the team. Just pretty much just spent like almost a day with them, just see how it is. Everything went well. So I think like I wound up pretty much. I went there like middle of the year of 20. We graduated 2018, so I would say like I went there in 2019. It just like after basically in January. I spent New Year's here in New York. And then I flew right back to Vegas and then went to Cali.
Oh, wow.
And that's when college started. That's when the college everything practices. Oh, boy. That was a wake-up call for sure.
Yeah, that was my next question. So what was the biggest adjustment you had to make to the collegiate game? Was it the physicality, elevated skill level, the competition, mentally, or all the above?
All the above, everything. Like from guys was moving quicker. They was stronger. I remember my first pickup. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I was feeling myself. Cause like, I'm a kid from New York. I'm in Cali now.
Play for Gauchos.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I'm in Cali right now. Like, I'm playing college ball in Cali. So, it's just like, all this is hitting me. So I was feeling myself. I remember, like, the first pickup, I was playing with the team. Because I was a redshirt when I first got there. I was a redshirt. So, I'm just the practice guy. Yo, I remember I went up for a layup. I got by my man. I went for a layup. Not only did I got my joint pinned off the glass. It was like I got hit with all body. So I was just like, yo, like damn, like dudes is just like the way he got to the spot. Cause I thought I had the whole layup. Nah, bro, I just see a hand out of nowhere. Cause at that time our big man, the tallest we had, I think he was like 6'9". So yeah. He's from San Francisco. He's from the Bay.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So yeah, bro. I remember that happened. I was like, yo, like this is college, like. And then from there on out, every practice was. I'm not gonna lie, it was a struggle. It was a little rough because I'm like, yo, like it was a wake up call. Like dudes is bigger, and then we were always in the weight room. At that time, I didn't really like the weight room as much as I do now. But that's when I realized like I gotta put on weight, because I remember the trainer was telling me like I gotta put on weight. Like that was one thing they was emphasizing, just gotta put on weight. So yeah, bro, that's what really hit me, just that specific run, because I wasn't making shots. I was getting in my head after a while, because my expectations was overmet. I'll say that. Wow. Cause it's just, I'm like, yeah, the college level is
different breed.
Yeah.
Different
I'm
breed.
like, yeah. So I'm like, bro.
Whether it's D3, D2, D1, it's much harder than AAU, much harder than high school.
It don't matter, bro. College is college. It does not matter.
Yeah.
It does not matter, because that stuff will bring, like, you getting guys, multiple talent from all over, like, not just the states, all over the country. Because we had a guy from Spain that was there with us too. Mm-hmm. But great group of guys though. Great group of guys. Met them from one dude's from Georgia. Most of them was from Cali though, the Cali area. So
okay.
Great group of guys though.
So you left after 11 games. You guys went 16-13 overall that year, 5-5 in the conference play in the Pacific Coast Athletic Conference, the PCAC. They lost to Allen Hancock in the North Cal Regional Playoffs in a 77-74 nail biter. So what was the reason behind your departure? You left for academics, or you weren't feeling the athletic department anymore, or?
Nah. So I remember it was like after a practice, and the coach pulled aside me and a few other guys. But I realized that the group of guys he put me to the side with, I was like, I already know where this is going. Obviously, we had like our individual meetings with him in his office and stuff. And it was a good talk. I saw it as a good talk at first. Nothing went bad. It was just I didn't agree with everything they were saying, or just at least I had some disagreements. I'll say that. Mm-hmm. Basically, like they was talking about having me redshirt again for like half of the semester, I believe, something like that. I'm like, look, I just like redshirt. I'm not really trying to do that again. I'm trying to. I want to play. Like come on, man. Like
you work so hard for this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So and then what really is kind of discouraging is just like, like I really like I'm across at this point. I'm across the country. Like I'm across the country from home. Like and then everyone's back home. I mean, the closest person I had was my dad, but he's in Vegas. Other than that, everyone's back in New York, Jersey. Mm-hmm. Like everyone's back home. So I'm like, I'm already across the country. Like all due respect, I didn't come out here for that. I didn't do all this. Like it's a blessing. I'm happy to be out there, to have the opportunity to start my college career in California. But like, bro, if that's the case, like at the end of the day, I got to put myself in the best situation possible. Yeah. So in my opinion, I just had to do what I had to do. That I felt was best needed for me. Yeah. But like I said, the way I left out, I didn't want no bad blood. I want to leave on good terms. That's I just want nothing but peace. Make sure like it's cool, it's understandable. But at the end of the day, it's a business decision. So and then that goes back to like the first question. I realized from like college, from the transformation from high school to college, it becomes a business at that point, because not necessarily for us players, because we're there. I mean, we're still student athletes, but for coaches, like that's their job. Like in the trainers, like that's their job. So, like, I realized like it's a different ball game now. Like you actually gotta, like, even though it applies to high school too, but you actually really gotta produce some way somehow. Yeah. So it's just more the little things that I started to take into consideration, like in terms of like just diet, things like that. Just realizing like the little stuff has to be emphasized a little more, just because you're at the best results. Exactly, and you're at the next level, and everyone's going after it. Like everyone's going after one another. So
you ended up transferring to Sullivan for a year in 1920. What was the motive behind that move, and how did it help you? Because I know the COVID year happened that year, so probably the season got cut short. Yeah. What was that like?
It felt good to be back home, and that was a good experience. I had more leeway with that as well. I played a little more with them. Shout out my guy Ray. He's doing his thing with he's an influencer now. So, but one of the greatest guys I ran into at Sullivan. Stupid athletic. It's crazy. That dude's like, you probably see him on the gram or something. I'm pretty sure if whoever sees this, y'all probably know him as like YBK Ray. But Ray like 5'8", but he could jump. Like he got bounce.
That's crazy.
He got bounce.
Nate Robinson like 5'8".
Ray got bounce. He could jump. So that was a great experience as well. Met a lot of great people. The coaching staff, the guys that I ran into the school. Small community though. It wasn't a very like the school. It's like in the middle of nowhere, because it's like up in the woods. So, but at least I had like half a year of college experience under my belt already. So I already knew what to expect. So yeah, I would say it was good. It was a good experience. Could have went a little better, but I had no complaints.
Yeah, I feel you, man. That's crazy. But man, so you ended up returning back to Miramar in 2020-21 during the COVID year. What drove you to do that, and how tough was it mentally for you and the team during that COVID year with no crowd? You had to do all these type of tests, see if you had COVID and stuff like that.
Man. So I actually meant to say this too. At Sullivan at the time, we finished our season, but because of COVID, playoffs got like everything was shut down, so we didn't get to finish our full season. Playoffs just got cut.
Yeah.
So obviously, yeah. So when I left, the reason I went back to Miramar, I just feel like I had a little bit of a better situation. It sounds like a lot of back and forth, but at the end of the day, like I said, just got to put myself in the best situation possible. I already knew what I was getting myself into. I already knew the type of like I know I had to put in much more work just because even though I'm returning back to Miramar, I already know they got guys that they're looking at already that's coming back or that's new. So that was a little rough that year just because not only on the court, but just how much was you restricted from like just being on campus. Like the only people allowed on campus was athletes. That means like whether you doing whatever athletic sport you were doing for that school, that was the only people that was allowed on campus. Obviously, unless you're going to a class and stuff like that. But
yeah,
other than that, you like everything. It was like a ghost town, bro.
That's crazy.
Everything was just like from the lunchroom and everything was just. It was like a ghost town. It was just yeah. It was.
So you're done with college now, and now you're training professionally. Yep. Your current trainer, Pat, you've been with for 2 years. Has helped you improve as a player.
Shout out, Pat. Also,
how has he helped you improve as a player and as a person?
Pat, yeah. Now, first as a player, he helped improve with my confidence. Just training with him since shout out to Ant put me on with him too back in 2021. But Pat just helped me a lot with my confidence just by training with him and just building that relationship with him. Just he pushes you like he'll like bring the best out of you, and I ain't gonna lie, Pat. I give it to him. Pat got it bag because there's some stuff like there be not even some. There be most drills he has us like have me do and stuff. I be looking because he demonstrates before I do it. So I'll just watch. I'm like that. Like the combinations he puts together. I'm like damn Pat. Like that's I didn't even think about it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he helped just with my confidence just by just working with him so much and just the stuff he does, like the stuff he puts together, bro, it's like legit. And he's about his business too. Like I got the utmost love and respect for Pat, man. And how he helped me just as a person, just seeing how like he carries himself, you know, like Pat is cool. Like he's mad genuine. But he's like, when it comes to like him and his business, obviously like his training, like he's legit. Like
yeah,
it's like in a sense it's like a different type of version of him.
Oh, okay.
Like another side to him, which is like is great, bro.
So I saw this pic of you on Instagram, Nike Hoop Summit. You say you had a quick little funny story on it. Tell me about it, man.
Yeah.
You never told anybody about it. What was that story like?
Yeah, the Nike Hoop Summit you talk about?
Yeah. Photo on your Instagram.
Bro, so a lot of people don't know this, but I knew a lot of people. I just say that because obviously as a kid, and then I caught, it was like a good few people I knew that was in the summit that year. That was 2021. No. Like 20. No, because we was seniors 2018. Yes, so there was like a good few guys that I knew that was going there. That was in it. So, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm like, you know, I'm hungry, so I'm like, yo, like, I'm trying to see if they could like, you know, put me on to like at least some of the whoever the coaching staff or whoever's gonna be there, like just kind of guess put my name out there a little more, you know. So, but obviously I know they doing their own thing, like they trying to get they on their journey. So I didn't want to like, I'm trying to like just learn the ins and outs, but I want to do it the right way. I'm not trying to cheat nothing.
Yeah.
So if by any means, like whatever I could do, I mean, you gotta take advantage of it. So
that's true. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like I said, long story short, basically, a few of the coaching and stuff there, like the coaching staff that was there, they were still looking at some of the guys that was in the summit that year. So I was lucky enough that I knew some guys that knew, like, people know people. Yeah. So you just happen to be at the right place at the right time. So, I had to it was like a couple, like only like two workouts I was in. Like I said, at this time I was, you know, I'm not really known like that. I mean, I'm still making a name for myself. But that time I'm like really like still really trying to make a name. So
yeah.
So yeah, basically I had like a couple workouts. They were looking at their guys. So
yeah, politics.
Exactly.
Politics.
And then I just didn't feed into. I don't want to say I didn't feed into, but I didn't match into the politic world. So.
Yeah, I feel you, man. But hey, that's not the only adversity you had to overcome. Nah. So before we get into our quick hitters, I know you injured your left hand. You tore your ligaments earlier this year in January, and you had severe bad shin splints. And you told me it was the first prolonged time you were out from basketball for the first time in your career. How was it like overcoming that, and how did it make you stronger? And also, recovering from that, what are you doing currently to play pro ball overseas in Paris?
So first with the injuries, that was hard to overcome. I'm not saying I'm like 100% better at it, because obviously I'm always trying to grow, always healing. So that it just took a lot mentally, because you seeing like guys. I'm seeing everything on social media. So
yeah,
I'm seeing like guys playing, doing their thing, which I'm happy for. But it's just like, man, like I want to play. I couldn't even practice. I got out there. I got hurt like a week after I got out there, because I left around like late January. So I was doing good and everything. I was out there for a week. And then I think it was like that Saturday. That's when first off, the shin splints, I never had or experienced that at all. And it happened at the same time, both shins. Yeah. So that was crazy. That pain, every step. I mean, I
know what it is, because I'm from track.
Exactly. But when you're playing or practicing, that adrenaline is going. So I didn't feel it as much. So that's why I was able to still keep going. But bro, once I think after like we were done, especially after I came out the shower, bro, oh my goodness, it was like this achy feeling that was like, and it was just so fragile. It felt so fragile. It hurt, and it was going on both shins. So I'm like, oh my goodness. And then my left hand as well. That was like, that pain was bearable. It was I don't know how to explain it. It was different though. It was like, it was definitely annoying though. It was something that like I had to. I was taping up my 2 fingers just because I felt the pain like around here. So
yeah, that was tough, huh?
Yeah, it was just tough mentally, just because it's just like, bro, like your mind is like you could keep going, but your body's telling you something else. Your body's like, I need a break. So you're battling like 2 ins and outs here. So it's like, and you're trying to make the right moves. You're like, I want to keep going, but I don't want to, possibly jeopardize my career sooner than how long I could last.
Sometimes patience is the best.
Yeah. But it's tough, bro. It was tough. So, but the experience out there in France is beautiful.
That's amazing, man.
That was a blessing, bro, to be out there. Do what I love, especially like Paris is on my bucket list.
Yeah. So you currently quickly get into what are you doing to train for Paris, and how prepared do you think you are before we get into our quick hitters?
So what am I doing to train? To obviously just making the right moves. Now this summer I've been doing a lot more work like off the court as well. Just trying to get myself a little more out there.
Yeah.
Just with some different brands and things like that. And just like I said, just constantly working, putting in. It's never going to change because I love training, but just emphasizing the work more and more, just day in and day out. Film work, constantly watching film. Speak with my agent.
A slow grind.
Literally. But I love it though.
Yeah, you gotta love what you do, man, or it's gonna feel like work. You're gonna be miserable.
Like
some people, they have high paying jobs, but they don't love what they do, so it's miserable. That's why I said it's not always about the money. Like, money's cool, but it's not always about the money.
It brings you
want to love what you do.
But love what you do. Take it like pride in that.
If you can make good money and you love what you do, you'll have a great life. You're gonna be happy. You're not gonna feel like you're going to work. You feel blessed.
Exactly, so. and I love every second. I'm blessed and I'm extremely thankful.
Yeah.
For what I do, bro. Like I can't even explain.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So now I got some quick hitters for you, man. Before we close out the show, got a few for you, man. So, shout out to the pivot. What would you say was the pivot moment of your life, good or bad, that forever changed your life and put you on this course that you've been on and are going?
That's a good question.
It's deep.
Yeah.
It's deep. It'd be a good or bad moment in your life that forever changed the course of your life.
Good or bad?
Yeah, good or bad.
What? Okay. Senior year of high school. Just how it went. Like I said, I didn't have the best relationship with the head coach at the time. So the way it ended and the way how things went, at that point, I realized like you can't let anything or anyone stop you from what you're trying to do in your life, and like you can't live your life on someone else's terms.
No matter who it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So no matter what situation you're in, or whatever it is that you're in, like no matter what storm, or if you want to do something, like bro, I'm a big voucher of it. Like go for it.
Sometimes you gotta take risk in life.
Exactly. Life is all about risk. Good risk.
Yeah.
We're not talking about
good risk.
Crazy.
Good risk. Yeah. Be careful what you think of risk.
Yeah. So that was a huge pivot, just because I was like after that last game in my head automatically I was like, nah, I'm not letting this guy stop me from what I'm trying to do. Like that's nah, because that's not fair to me if I allow that. Because then the fact that I allowed him to do that to me, no. And my dad was all aboard. I had a couple other coaching staff on that squad that year with Suffern. We had talks behind closed doors. That helped me out a lot. Yeah. So, but I just stuck to it, man. Just stuck to it. I was like, nah, bro. I'm not letting. I'm not gonna let him stop me. So.
The next question I have for you is, quickly say what motivates you and what keeps that fire burning from within every day. Like similar to like Kobe Bryant, he just had that fire, that desire to be successful in life, no matter what it was, whatever he loved and pursued. I know what motivates me.
What's that? I'll let you go first.
There's a few things that motivate me. One is the struggle. I want to be able to change the fortunes of my family for the better, and for myself, and also for my future wife and kids and my grandkids. So they don't have to struggle and deal with things I had to deal with growing up. Yeah. Also, not knowing my biological father. That's another motivation. Heartbreak. Got my heart broken in December. I thought it was love of my life, and then that took it to another level.
Yeah.
And then phony people. I'm a loyal, down to earth guy, man. I stay with my homies. I don't turn my back on nobody. Dealing with a lot of fake people over the years that gives me more motivation. So, and just the will to be successful. Those are what motivates me the most. Those things, just the drive. I just have that. Sometimes it's hard for me to turn it off. I just want to... the fire. I've always had it since I was young, but over the last year, because 2022 was the roughest year of my life, I went through a lot. If you know, you know. My friends know, my close homies. It took the fire, gasoline, how you pour on the fire? Yeah. It took it up to another notch, man.
I know that, bro. I know that feeling.
It took it up to another notch.
Especially when you become older, you just become more wiser, and it's just that itch. Yeah. So, but
quickly get into what motivates you.
What motivates me? First things first, my relationship with God. Just now, just how closer I got, and just my relationship, and just taking the time out of my day just to appreciate him, and just bless me with the support and the resources, bro. Like honestly, and just I don't take nothing for granted. Like
same here.
Like
don't take anything for granted.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't take none of this for granted.
You gotta invest in yourself sometimes. I funded this. Exactly. Yeah, you have to, man.
Like, so I don't take none of this for granted. Like you having me on here, the people I met, the people I run into, the relationships, I don't take none of it for granted. I appreciate it all too, bro. Yeah. Like I'm big on like just peace. Yeah, peace and love, bro.
I've been getting into more of that over the last year.
Bro, you just
I'm just a guy who has a great heart, big heart. I wear my heart on my sleeve, man. I'm for all my real ones, yeah.
I'll say this, like my heart is gonna be clean at all 24/7 at all times.
Same here, man.
I'm gonna always keep a healthy, clean heart, no matter what it is, any differences. And I don't hold no grudge, no anger. It's just I'm realizing it's just no need for that. It's no need for that. It's like if it happened, it's unfortunate. Yeah, it's unfortunate it happened. And yeah, I get it. We had some emotions that affected us, but I'm not gonna.
I have no hate toward anybody. I'm a loving guy.
No.
Bygones be bygones. Be peaceful.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm always here.
Exactly. I'm big on my peace, man, and I'm willing to willing to protect at any cost. So yeah, that motivates me. My family, my mom, my dad, and my sister.
Okay.
That trio right there just helped me out a lot. Oh, my agent too.
Agent. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So quickly get into favorite hobbies outside of basketball.
Okay. So favorite hobbies, I would say I like to. It's between cooking and baking. I ain't gonna lie. I be finding some joy into that. I would say like taking myself out to eat or just spending quality time with myself.
Okay.
So like taking myself out to eat or just treating myself or just spending time with quality family. I'm a simple type of guy, so I really just like to spend time with like my mom, my sister.
Okay.
Talk to my dad.
That's good.
Or if they doing something they busy, I just go take myself out.
Yeah.
I just keep it simple.
Down to earth guy.
Yeah, for sure. It's really not much to it. I'm just big on my work and just keeping peace with everyone.
Yeah, same.
Everyone. That's it. That's all I really care about. Like that's
what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Favorite pregame meal?
Well, that's a good question. Does before workouts count too?
Yeah,
I guess you could say.
Yeah, quickly. Yeah.
Favorite pregame meal? I'll probably have to say like I ain't gonna lie. It'll probably be like a good a cheeseburger with some sweet potato fries. Yeah, I have to say.
Name your all-time NBA starting five and top five players of all time, quickly.
Of all time? No order. But I'm gonna throw. First things first. I gotta throw Bron in there. I gotta throw Bron.
That's one.
This is tough, bro. This is tough.
You gotta do it quickly.
Oh man, this is tough. I gotta go with Cole. I would say MJ, but I gotta go with Cole because that's more my time. Like I actually watch Cole for sure. I'm pretty sure everyone could say that too. At the guard, for some reason, I'm thinking of John Stockton.
Okay,
I don't know
wrong with that.
No. That's a great guy right there, legend. Man, Shaq. I gotta go with the Big Diesel. I gotta go with Shaq for sure. Okay. Dominant. And my four would probably be like KG.
KG.
Between KG and Dirk, probably KG.
Okay.
Just his grittiness.
Yeah.
Him and Kobe seem a little similar too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Quickly name your top five music artists of all time.
Right now?
Yeah.
One I gotta go with Kai. Yeah, two. Three. Well, three. I still got Bron. I still got Bron on my three. Two. Right now, probably have to be. James Harden probably.
Okay.
Probably. 4 and 5, the bigs. And that's tough. KD. And right now, I mean, Joel killing the game right now too.
Yeah, so, Joel's a beast.
Yeah, I probably to do Joel.
Last few questions. 2 questions. What are your goals in life and your career?
My goal in same question.
Yeah.
Okay. To be well established through what it is I love. Obviously, the game of basketball. Be able to grow, continue to grow my platform, and be able to use it the right way. Mm-hmm. Be able to give back to others, however way possible. Especially those that's upcoming or to just people outside of the game. Just spread love and nothing but genuine peace. So just being able to do that and just finding success and peace and well establishing through the game of basketball, honestly. So
that's amazing, man.
Just being able, and then from there, obviously, like I said, just growing, possibly growing into other different branches, like maybe clothing brands and things like that. I'm still learning that stuff out, but as of right now, that's it.
Okay. So. And then last question. When people think of the name Lamont Edwards, what do you want your legacy to be? I always like to close off with that.
Yeah, I like that question. I want them to remember me as like Mont was one of the hardest workers that you will ever meet. One of the most genuine guys, most keep it real with you at all times. Yeah. It was every time you got to talk to him or even if you got to know him, he was just a peaceful, down to earth dude. He took a lot of pride in everything he does on and off the court, meaning just spending time with people or having talks with people. Like, just pouring my heart out into everything. So not just one thing. And just being mindful of others, just taking consideration into everything. So that's what I want to be remembered as. Like, it was nothing but, like, I want you to remember me as, like, not only was he a hard worker, he took like a lot of pride in his work, but he was genuine. Like, he was a real dude. Like, it was always love with him. It was always love from him. That's it.
Yeah, man. I was gonna get into music too. Just ask you the top 5 music artists off the rip. All
one
time.
Is Drake. I gotta go. Drake. Yeah, I got it. Drake is in there for sure. I don't really got top 5. I got like a lot of different artists. I've been listening to a lot of more like mellow type music. I've been listening to like Frank Ocean. Recently, yeah, Frank Ocean, Party Next Door. I've been listening to. I've been on that vibe lately. Erica, we just talked about her earlier.
Yeah, before the show we were.
Erica Badu. What's that, 4? Yeah, Drake.
Yeah. One more. Maybe all time, man.
I'll probably have to Jay-Z.
Jay-Z, okay. Yeah, that's not a bad list, man. That's a good list.
Gotta go Jay-Z.
You know, my 5, no order, all time is Drake, Kanye, Wayne, Biggie, and Kendrick Lamar. I love listening to them.
Like that. Yeah. I got a few West Coast in my playlist too as well. Especially some pregame heat. I be throwing in.
I'm big on diversity in music. I listen to Bad Bunny. Trust me, they're all up there, man. I listen to Michael Jackson. I listen to a variety. Outkast, everything, bro. So.
I don't really got a specific artist for my pre-games, but certain it just depends on how I'm feeling. Depends on the type of vibe. So yeah, I appreciate you having me, my boy.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this was a special interview here at Mike Vision Studios, located here in Garnerville, New York. First ever visual interview here on the DJ Sports Show.
Appreciate I'm the first one, man.
With my guy, Lamont Edwards.
Yes, sir.
If you guys have YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube, leave a like, subscribe to the channel. If you're listening on audio platforms, Spotify, Google, Apple, Anchor, you name it. Make sure you leave a 5-star rating, leave a review. Share it with anybody who loves sports about the podcast, and also become a member of DJ Sports Show website, djsportshow.com. It's free. And check out my merch on there as well. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it's been your host, DJ Hamilton, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Hey.